Well, there was some detours involved, but we got our saliva. Regis. Oh, Regis, old friend. I'm here to catch a vampire. This place is amazing, by the way. Fantastic setting. Where you hiding at, you lazy bum?
Think your friend's hand will make for a nice broth?
You've clearly honed your sense of humor. But we are not cannibals, Geralt. I took a fragment of tissue from their hand. It will suffice to prepare some resonance.
What did you do with the rest?
I cremated it, as our codex commands. A raven told me you'd acquired the necessary ingredient.
Pretty helpful creatures. Call on them often?
I try not to overdo it, but they can be so useful, as they were now, when I merely needed to be sure I could arrive in time should things go sour.
Managed fine alone, but thanks for the thought. Gonna need much longer to finish brewing resonance? Mentioned a last ingredient, too. What about that?
That, I fear, might prove troublesome. You see, to use the concoction to summon the memories of one, the solution must contain the blood of another specimen of the same species.
Shouldn't be a problem. I happen to know a higher vampire who should be willing to help. Right, Regis?
It's not that simple, I'm afraid. While you were away, I tried my damnedest to identify a replacement, but alas, none such exists.
Not sure I understand what the problem is. Can't we just draw some of your blood?
The blood must be in an agitated state. As I'm certain you know, higher vampires can change their corporeal shell. As our flesh changes, so does our blood's chemical composition. To make a long story short, I shall need to induce in myself a state of strong psychokinetic arousal. In brief, madness, rabidity. And that stands to be very, very dangerous.
So I'm gonna have to fight him.
Dangerous? Why? I mean, you'll still be you, right?
True, but I should be highly agitated, in a state of fury. You know better than I that fury cannot be controlled. If you've ever seen an enraged vampire, you know very well that all who find themselves nearby will be in grave danger.
How will we handle that? I'd rather not have you lunge at me, claws extended.
That makes two of us. But worry not. I've thought it through very thoroughly. Details to follow soon.
All right, so what do you want to do?
We shall visit Teşemmüdnä, an ancient vampire estate. There we will find cages suspended in the air. I will enter one, be confined. You will lure beasts there. Beasts you will then kill. The bloodletting should prove profuse. Abundant enough so that the blood scent will drive me mad. Wild.
Teşemmüdnä. What's it like?
It is a place of torment. A torture chamber. Long ago, shortly after we'd arrived in this world, one among us named Kagmar developed such a taste and lust for human blood that in one night he could imbibe an entire village. This brought trouble on the entire species. Common folk wearied quickly of living in constant fear. They began to hunt us, seek the aid of mages and witches in tracking us down.
So what? Not like they could ever hope to kill you.
But they were bothersome. Forgive the comparison, but when did you last enjoy mosquitoes buzzing around your head? In any case, the other vampires decided something had to be done. Kagmar had to be caught and punished. A torture chamber was thus outfitted in the dungeons of Teşemmüdnä. Inside it, a cage made entirely of a special alloy of silver, dalvinite, and meteorite steel. Kagmar was captured and locked in the cage. Sat there over 2 centuries, driven to fury time after time, never able to escape. Thus I know the cage will withstand the fury to which we shall drive my humble being.
See no reason to dawdle. Teşemmüdnä. Take me there.
In a moment. Just one last thing.
What was that?
Blood. Oh, the last favor the Raven did me. I've also taken some Sancurium, a solution that sharpens one's sense of smell. One drop of blood shall smell like a gallon to me now.
You crazy? You're a recovering addict.
Your outrage warms my heart, Geralt. But you must remain calm. I have no choice. As things stand, the die is cast. High time we set off for Toussaint. My head's spinning already, and you're starting to smell quite tasty.
And you're starting to scare me.
That was a rather fast turnaround from I won't drink blood to hey, I'm drinking blood right now. But he's doing it to help a friend because he's trying to prove that that the other guy isn't worth killing.
We have arrived. The sacrificial chamber of torture and torment lies underground.
Sure you know what you're doing?
I can only hope I do. Please, let's go. The longer we delay, the less control I shall have of my faculties. I'd really prefer not to hurt you.
You lead. Scurvers must be getting close to their feeding ground.
Correct. I told you there'd be danger. Beyond this wall lies
an ancient vampire dungeon. Seen a lot of things in my time. Nothing quite like this, though.
I feel honored. A man with such a wealth of experience, yet I'm about to show him something new. Now, to open it.
How the hell?
It's an ancient form of protection against unwanted guests. The mechanism which releases the latch reacts only to a higher vampire's blood.
Tricky mechanisms, a vampire hideout, fortified, secured. Must have been important to your species once, Toussaint.
It shall always be so. During the conjunction, the gate from our world into this one opened upon this land and no other. This was the first place we saw.
Human husbandry and care? This for real?
The author observed humans, their behavior, over the many years he spent breeding them. Morally suspect though it may be, it's a thorough survey of the topic.
That's rather alarming, isn't it? Ooh. Toussaint armor set and weapon. Champion of Toussaint. I am he who serves the tribe. Exalted above men, I renounce human weakness. Uplifted above men, I become keeper of my flock. Filled with strength, I turn my sword against the enemies of the tribe. I am master and slave. I am executor of the will of the tribe. I accept this sword and this armor so I may serve the tribe. That's not human husbandry. Whoa, upgrade for cat school gear. Interesting. Or, I mean, update on that. A few things around here. I've gotten over and burdened myself, unfortunately. So maybe I missed something in the dialogue that I'll notice when I come back and watch it again, but was there a reason why he had to take that stuff so early? It seems like he has a time limit once he takes it before he gets in trouble and loses control of himself, so it seems like he could have maybe waited. But maybe I glanced over that detail. Toussaint armor. Bunch of resistances based on percentages. If you wear 3 pieces of the set, killing opponents restores vitality. The amount of vitality restored equals 1% of the maximum vitality of each element of the set worn. Currently, that amount is 0. So you need 3 for it to even do anything. But you can go up to 6, meaning that every kill would give you 6% vitality. Because it says 0 out of 6 on the relic count, so there must be that many pieces, right? Interesting. It wouldn't hurt, but that's not the biggest heal in the world. The decoction I use that makes stamina usage restore my vitality would be more immediately useful. How about the swords? It is noteworthy for strength, that's for sure. Oh yeah, it's a full 100 points higher in damage than my Griffin sword, Steel Sword is, for example, and has better stats across the board as far as I can tell. The real downside is just that it has no sign intensity, but with if I want rune crafting, I could stick 3 of them in there, and that could probably make up for some of the difference, and give me a nice strong sword that has maybe some extra bonuses. It's only an anti-human sword though. Vampires with their anti-human equipment, like they don't have a silver sword for me to use as a witcher. Human husbandry and care. The most important aspect of raising human livestock is to provide the herd with conditions that, on the one hand, guarantee their survival, but on the other hand, do not extend too far beyond the minimum need that is survival. It should be borne in mind that people are creatures bestowed with great intelligence, or rather cunning, and instincts that allow them to gain as much as possible from their environment. In terms of husbandry, this means humans will always try to obtain more than we give them. It is recommended, therefore, to provide each individual with a place to sleep, a meal twice a day, and permanent access to water. These conditions, which might seem overly luxurious to some, ensure the optimal production of high-quality hemoglobin. More details on diet in later chapters. Also, essential is access to air, without which humans die within minutes. This is great. There is no need to be concerned about the ability for human livestock to multiply in conditions described above. If they are ensured a minimal existence and male and females are mixed, they will copulate irrespective of whether they are in captivity or not. It is worth mentioning that there is a school of thought that suggests treating human livestock with greater freedom and care, including providing them with better quality fodder and a certain degree of freedom. This allegedly ensures a greater amount of favorable elements in the blood and makes it tastier. However, it is worth mentioning that this method of husbandry is much more difficult and requires emotional bonding techniques, which will be discussed in the following chapters. I want to read the rest of that book, and how demented it's got to be for them to even figure out how to write, what to write in it. Also, I've got to drop stuff because I've got to have some kind of garbage in my inventory, right? For the record, this is what the vampire set looks like. Black as the night. Total playtime 13 hours, that's not even slightly accurate. My main playthrough of the main game was 120 episodes, that can't be 13 hours. Get your math together, game. But yeah, it's cool looking black armor. Although I don't have the whole set, so it's mixed with Griffin gloves and Griffin boots, which are a very different color. Well, close enough. Especially that blue outline. We have to go deeper now. I want to find more nonsensical vampire... Oh!
This place. There's evil here. Death hangs in the air.
Yes. Great many beggars have breathed their last here.
They're human cages, where they'd bleed them out. And they'd store them to keep feeding on them. Like Daybreakers, that not great movie that had a decent visual, at least, of, like, humans in a vampire overtaken world. Hello? What have we here? Oh, broken meteorite pickaxe. Ooh! That's the mask and boots. We found more. Battery cage versus free-range humans. Oh my god.
Kind assembled a peculiar little library.
Indeed. Though I personally did not lay a hand to it.
Concerning. I mean, I gotta look at it now. Talking about free-range humans. Battery cage versus free-range humans. Part 2 of a treatise entitled Human Husbandry and Care. In recent decades, many of us have come to believe that a much more effective way of obtaining good quality human blood than hunting individuals is the systematic, controlled husbandry. Apart from the obvious advantages such as being able to control what the flock eats, and the ability to cross-breed specific individuals to obtain offspring with the best hemoglobin, another clear advantage to breeding human flocks is the domesticated humans held in confinement, as opposed to those in their natural habitat, i.e. villages and towns, become less aggressive and therefore less troublesome. When it comes to farming humans, there are various schools, of which two seem to have gained the widest acceptance in recent times, namely battery cage and free-range husbandry. This thesis describes in detail the advantages and disadvantages as well as the methods of carrying out each type of breeding. As an introduction, it is worth mentioning the basic differences between both types. Battery cage human husbandry, described very accurately and in detail in the Book of Human Husbandry, is the placing of several male and female individuals in a closed, restricted space with permanent access to air, food, and water. This form of breeding differs from free range in that the flock is not permitted to leave the breeding area and is held captive the entirety of their lives. Free range, on the other hand, involves leaving the flock in its natural habitat or creating a habitat that simulates it closely, creating villages, more on which can be found in the chapter, Human Villages, establishing and growing a herd, and then making a herd psychologically or physically dependent on its owner. The most effective method for making a human individual dependent is guaranteeing its safety and permanent access to high-quality feed. It is worth adding that a human that trusts its owner does not feel fear and does not defend itself when having its blood drunk, which limits the production of non-adrenaline and cortisol, which have negative impact on the taste of the blood. Furthermore, it may happen that a domesticated free-range human may feel a certain pleasure when its owner drinks its blood, most likely associated with the sexual tension, which causes an intensification of the blood's flavor. Oh my god, free-range humans. I am so happy that today is happening.
Who for?
Disgraceful. Excruciatingly so, this particular page from our history. I'd rather not summon the demons of the past if it's all right with you.
Oh, Geralt, we're reading these books. We know exactly who it is. Transcript of a conversation with a lower being. Like, we're talking with a human. Conversation between Master Ezekiel Hildegard, and a human being. It's just human being, aka HB. Who are you? My name is Alex Viscount. Why is all of your skin trembling? I'm scared, sir. You're scared? I don't understand. You don't know what fear is, sir. No, I have mastered your language, yet some concepts are beyond me. What is fear? It is a feeling that destroys every other feeling. It controls your head and your heart. What do you mean? I thought it's some kind of pain. I have carried out tests in my laboratory on people, and I have discovered that a mother subject to appropriate stimuli is able to forget about her child to think only about how to avoid pain. So fear would be similar to pain? No. Pain rules the body, but fear is born in the heart. Oh yes. What you say is very interesting. I think I'll have to examine your heart in the laboratory. What do you mean, examine? I mean examine. Take it out and subject it to proper examination. But sir, that would kill me. Yes, your mortality is a great inconvenience. But was not me who created your species, and I am not responsible for its excessive frailty. The conversation was carried out in human language, and such it was written down. The transcription does not need translating. That's horrifying. Yes, I must understand this fear. I guess I'll have to rip your heart out now. Well, you're gonna get a whole lot of it that way. A whole lot of it. Oh, the gauntlets. Slowly picking together the rest of this set. Although that actually might be all of it now. I'll get back to that in a moment. Oh, that's a drop-off point, isn't it? Alright. That usually means I'm gonna fight in this room, and they don't want me running away.
Charming place. But what are all those cages for? Mentioned one vampire being kept here.
Yes, well, you see, humanitarians is something my ancestors were not. They concluded Kagmar would best be punished if he were tormented with the scent of blood he could not taste. Thus, they also kept humans here. Humans whose blood they slowly let. Kagmar ranted and raged in pain as those humans slowly bled to death.
They treated them like livestock, live bait.
I'd like to be able to turn back time, deny it, but alas, I can do neither. Feel shame for my brethren. That is all I can do.
Don't take it so hard. Nothing you could have done about it. Let's get to work.
Well, that was awkward. Fine. I prepared the bait. Please be so kind and place it, ideally at the tunnel entrances. The scent will spread most effectively then.
Yeah, this'll go well.
Place the bait at the tunnel entrances. Monsters will catch its scent more quickly.
When I think how these tunnels got here, send shivers.
It was the natural order of things. The place reeked of death and it attracted necrophages.
Oh, bye. Where you going? You going for a little trip? Oh, he's lighting the lights. That's freaky.
This'll hold. Doesn't look like anything special.
Maybe it's like hyper cursed? I don't know. Let's go put the bait down, I guess. So we're all tending the area. Oh. We found wine. Where's the spot? They put it under barrels? Why? Oh, I had it for a second there. There we go. Get right back to you, Regis.
3 done. 1 left. Think this'll work?
I certainly hope so. The meat stench is so thick I wager it carries clear to Novigrad.
I'm trying. They didn't really make these the easiest spots to access. Alright, fine. I have a solution. Fuck that general direction. How about now? Ah. There we go. You know, just in case.
Bait set. What now?
I shall enter the cage. You must chain me inside. The bars are made of an alloy that will prevent me from transforming into mist.
Kinda thought you wouldn't want to.
I shall be in great pain. My sole thought being to stop that pain. I cannot know what I will do. We must hurry. The beasts have caught the scent, and also my head has started spinning.
That the blood?
Someone who's never experienced a vampire's bloodlust does not know the true meaning of thirst.
Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what would you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please. You won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
He's got a bloodlust meter. That's not common. Oh, I forgot they explode. Awkward. That's hilariously dangerous. that explosion at that range. You know, kind of wonder how it kills you exactly. I guess maybe it's acid or something? Because, like, it's just a... Why would a body exploding hurt? Well, things besides said body, of course. Well, we're back. Work on that bloodlust now and get the hell away from these rot fiends when they explode. How about that? Maybe this explosion will help the other guy?
We just smell the blood.
Gotta watch out. Oh, hello. Nope. No, thank you. Oh, there are crowds. There are, in fact, crowds. We'll try to keep our distance. Because it goes very poorly for me to catch up. Hi! What are you? Is that a shark? Like, what? What the hell? What is it? I see you. Back off. Gonna keep going in circles, try circle strafe like we're playing Doom or something, because these are a lot of enemies coming in.
I shall overcome.
Good, because I can hear more coming.
Oh, there's one behind me. Keeping a close eye on that map right now. Keeping a close eye on that map. Oh, got me. I apparently don't have Quen. Whoops. There we go. Get out of here. Oh, oh wow, managed to shoot that in the complete wrong direction. Oh, that was a close one. Hoo-hoo-hoo. Use a little bit of a space here. You know what? That's what I need to do. Oh. That's what I need to do is just put down an Irridan to help me out. Oh, they're exploding. Danger. Danger, danger, danger. Protect me, Irridan. What are they doing over here? They all seem stuck in a corner. Oh. Oh, look who's here. It's a Catacon. I found the Catacon. Oh. Ghouls abound. These guys are all like, their AI broke. Like the game can't handle that many enemies. They'll drive up his Bloodlust really fast.
I'll let you out. Dry in a few hours. Scent won't bother you anymore. Get you out of here.
The concoction.
You can't finish it in this state. Tell me how. I'll help you.
This feels like it's somehow the opposite of the whole cold turkey treatment. Instead of fixing someone's addiction by getting them completely off it, we're taking a recovering addict and just drowning them in their problems to, like, the point where they lose themselves completely. Which is some dark shit.
Any better?
Far from ideal. And some time must pass before I fully recover. But yes, a bit better, thank you.
Never expected it to be like that. You didn't tell me.
We need not discuss it.
But we do. Because if I'd known you were going to subject yourself to torture...
What would you have done?
Found Deadloff some other way.
I did not wish you to use any other way. Did that occur to you?
No, because I thought no being would ever willingly subject itself to that kind of pain. You vampires aren't any different from us in that regard.
I told you, the pain is my way of paying my debt. The enormous debt I owe Dettlaff. If I had to do it again, I would in a heartbeat.
Resonance, it's ready.
Are you certain you followed the formula? The proportions were exact, the brewing time precise. This is important, Geralt. The slightest deviation could cost even a witcher dearly.
Relax. Got some experience brewing potions.
Very well. In that case, let's begin.
Excuse me. I shall only take a moment.
You jumped the queue, sir.
But Count, sir, you must understand. I've a meeting. The Count...
Sir, you were next. Please, take a seat. This gentleman was here first. Step down or you shall regret it.
Ah, fails to realize he was your friend, Count.
It was then I ordered him to give up his seat and step off the stand. If only you'd seen his face. We got him good, didn't we, Detlef? And then Mother insisted we buy the mill. Curious, eh? But at least I've a yarn to spin for friends and associates.
Forgive me.
What?
Awake at last. You writhed like a squirrel caught in a snare. I'd begun to fear they were death throes, that you'd departed.
Sure wasn't pleasant, but it worked.
What did you see?
Delacroix. His death did not come easy. Seems Detlef had made friends with him, still killed him, and chopped up his corpse. And he was overcome with fury, remorse, cut off the hand that had committed the murder.
Interesting. And entirely unlike the Detlef I know. See anything else?
Saw a moment. Delacroix did something selfless. Was kind to Detlef. Guess it could have been the start of their friendship.
Why the uncertainty?
Nothing extraordinary about it. Normal, everyday situation, really. Visions were supposed to issue from strong emotions.
Clearly the situation provoked such emotions in Detlef. Keep in mind, he did later murder Delacroix.
Killing someone who's grown dear to us, it's bound to elicit strong emotion. Vampires are no different in that regard. Did you see anything else?
There was something. Showed up twice in the vision. A bootblack stand. Detlef first met Delacroix there. Went back after the murder, actually.
Peculiar.
Stand was somewhere in the port district. And the bootblack acted as if he knew Detlef.
That would be even odder. Perhaps we should have a chat with the lad. Though I would expect no breakthroughs.
It's our only lead. I'll go talk to him. Coming with?
I shall join you later if it's no trouble. I don't yet feel strong enough to venture out.
That's fair. Rest up. Be back as soon as I learn anything.
I absolutely adore the way that we can play through this stuff. And I just have no idea where we're going with it, and it's great. Oh, he's writhing. That's not great. He's having a bad time. But, like, we came to this beautiful place, getting hired to investigate a murder, which leads to fighting a monster in the arena in front of a crowd. It leads to another Master of Mirrors victim. It leads to vampire torture chambers. And our next step is a shoeshine boy of all things. Why not? Regeneration potion formula. Excuse me? Leshen Fang, Sacrum Broth. Let's see. Is that a real... I wonder if that's a real formula I can use now. If I can regenerate, that'd be great, but it might be for vampire, like, limb regeneration or something. My last thoughts before I succumb to sleep. My last thought before falling asleep. If there is no death, does life exist? Hate is a very interesting feeling. I have noticed that people improve themselves with it to a great effect. Sometimes I would like to stop thinking. If we were to create a god, as humans have, what would he be like? People justify bad deeds with good intentions. I'm not sure if there is greater idiocy. I would drink the freshly squeezed blood of an infant. I know I can't, but I hope that its velvety taste would send me to sleep. I strive to live like a person, and it means that I have ceased to feel good among people, as well as among my own. Maybe I have made a mistake. I have always wanted to write. I'm very tired, and fuck it all. People don't think about the present. They usually remember old times or worry about the future. I have a feeling that my friend Detlef will die. I am sad. Aww, those are actually his thoughts. I did not realize that at first. Thinking about horrifying things about squeezing babies to death. Or squeezing the blood out of them and drinking that. He thinks Detlef's gonna die. So it's important. So he's not just... At first, it seemed like he was just gonna come in and help prove his innocence, and it was gonna be a mutual thing like that. Like I already know he's innocent, but I'm gonna show you. But nowadays, it seems more like he just has faith in Detlef, but he himself doesn't know what's going on with him, because he's just as puzzled as I am about the events of these visions. Any follow-up dialogue?
Not now, Geralt. I could not move a step without your assistance.
Oh yeah, he feels downright awful. He tortured himself just to find out what happened. At first I thought it was all an attempt to prove himself. I thought it was all an attempt to prove Detlef's innocence because he already knew it, and so that's why it made it seem a little extreme that he would go that length, but now... Vampire Regis from the Quill of Dandelion? Oh! Dandelion story. What shall become of Tamaria? There's at this point there's maybe too many of these. Lineages of the North. Same book again. They keep it in multiple parts of their catalog, but not next to each other. Interesting. But yeah, now the fact that we know that he isn't entirely sure what's going on is more interesting, because now it shows why he's so desperate to go to these lengths. It's not just for me, but also because he doesn't know what's happening with his friend, and yet he would be worried. It's a good little character moment. So now we need to go find the shoeshine.